studied geography until the second year of high school. Then we don't study it anymore. Yeah, but it's not about traveling, because here in Italy, for example, poor people, they don't travel. Okay, or people who work every day, they don't travel. Yeah, but it's more like about school, because when we are in school, we have the map of the world and they teach you, okay, this is Africa, this is Australia, this is Asia, this is America, and America is divided in North America, Central and South, okay? And then they tell you all the countries. So they say in North America you have Canada and you have the United States. Then in Central America you have Mexico. Then in South America you have Argentina, Brazil, Ecuador, El Salvador, Paraguay, Uruguay, Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, and whatever, and all the countries. Then they say in Africa you have Algeria, Morocco, Libya, Egypt, Mozambique, Madagascar, South Africa, Congo, Niger, Nigeria. Then they say in Europe, well, we already know because we are from Europe, Italy, Spain, France, blah, blah. Then they say in Oceania you have Australia, New Zealand, Papua Nueva Guinea. In Asia you have China, Mongolia, Japan, Korea, South Korea, North Korea, Thailand, blah, 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 okay? But every time they say like that in USA they don't teach this kind of stuff. This is why I was curious about that. Really? Are you for real? They don't even know. So for example, thank you so much. For example, if a person has like their ancestors are from I don't know, for example, are from Kenya, they don't know that Kenya is in Africa. Or if they are from Finland, they don't know that Finland is in the north of Europe. Really? Really? Then, wow. Wow. Yeah, but what is strange to me is for example, I don't know, is a trend that I see very often, like on Instagram reels. They say for example they are on Omegle. How, I don't know what's the name of that app, where you are on live and you meet strangers. And there was this guy who was having fun and was like asking people, can you name 2 countries in Africa? And for example, when it was the turn of the people from USA, they were like, can you name me 2 countries in Africa? And they were like Asia. They were like Asia, or they were like Europe. And the guy was like, Asia is a continent. How can a continent be inside another like they don't even have the perception of how the world is. This is something that always surprised me. Who is Jimmy Kimmel? Yeah, but no, it's not about being dumb, because I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Thank you. Because for sure, maybe they are, for example, very intelligent in biology or science or math. But why every time it comes to geography, it's like geography is like an important subject, but I feel like every time I see a video about that, they don't know. They have no clue. Yeah, but you know what? I have never been to the United States, for example, or I have never been to South America. But I always, but of course I know the countries from South America. Of course I know that Brazil is in South America. I've never been to the extreme east, how you say, in English, from the extreme east of Asia. But of course, I know that China is in Asia, or that Japan is in Asia, that Korea is in Asia. You understand what I'm trying to say? Even I've never traveled to that places, but I know where they are. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to get sleepy. Oh yes, our news always talk about the world news. Like if you put our news like today, they will talk for sure about the war in Russia Ukraine war, about Palestine. I will not mention the other country because it is not a country. Then they will talk about, um for sure, about Trump, about the elections. They talk about what happens in the world in general. Yeah, now, as I'm talking real topics, because I'm trying to stay